with another exciting game of Age of Fast Castle featuring someone we have never cast before. First time in the red, on the way up to 1500 Revisioner, playing a team that he has never played before, the Mongols, here on this weekday Land Madness. And on the right-hand side of the map, in the 3 o'clock position, we have Ambrose. Maybe we might just call them Bros for short. Playing as the Bretons. So an archery civ versus a cavalry and cavalry archer civ on Land Madness. I really, really like this map. Version says, lol, thought I clicked up Feudal rip. That sucks. Really awful start for Revisioner. Ambrose says, damn lol. You gotta love the sportsmanship coming in from some people, which is something that I personally take to heart when I play AoE, is the sportsmanship and just being really respectful when playing games. So that being said, like, we're gonna see Revisioner end up 40 seconds probably late to Feudal, which, you know, for some people it's pretty much a death sentence. Like, that sucks. On the other hand, we might be able to go into blue and actually see what they see on the map. So they don't even see Revisioner. I guess they spent most of the time pushing in their herdables. And Revisioner, what is he doing? Playing on the back foot, little scouting. 2 villager forward. Interesting. Does Revisioner see where the blue player is? No, they don't. So I'm not sure why they're actually going forward at this point. I think that my strategy might be to turtle up. That being said, on Land Madness, I know that there are certain places on the map you just cannot build walls. But I guess Revisioner decides that this opponent is over here, and maybe you could conclude that from seeing some of the hunt, and they're trying to go forward archers against the Britons player, which is interesting because I would think that, you know, they can scale archers outside of the archery range, but with this being such an open map, you would think that scouts come in first from a Mongol player. And archers coming out for red. I would think another strategy that might happen from a red player while they're playing Britons, anticipating that blue is going to go archers, is to have skirmishers pop out of this archery range. And blue might actually catch a little sneaky of the red archery range. No, but they do see the scout going around. And something that's not great for blue at this point, which it seems like, you know, they're going for a defensive build, is that they have no vision on where red is at this point, right? So if we look at what blue sees, they just see their side of the map, and they see a red scout going around. In terms of resources, I'm not like super impressed so far with the actual wood that's being collected by Ambrose. This is a little bit of a weird build for someone who's kind of like at the near 1500 level. I don't know what they're going to do with that wood. I would imagine, you know, if you're going to go archers, which they should have used that advantage by going up to Feudal first, that you want to get a lot of people on gold, right? Revisioner, hello. Okay, there we go. Gonna let a scout live as the red villagers go on the outside and are going to do what exactly? Look for a house. Okay, place a house next to the opponent's wood. Interesting. Revisioner, archer mass moving out, and blue has nothing going on right now in terms of defense. One thing that blue does have going for them is a 1 villager lead. As the tower, a tower from Revisioner? What? That's crazy. But also, this is a lesson in why we absolutely do not build towers, because they can die very easily. As blue goofs here, oh god, now he's realizing he has to go back and take out the villager and the tower. Blue villagers run for their lives. Archers give chase. And, well, now I know why it is that blue got all that excess wood, because he knew this was going to happen, knew the archers were going to come in. More archers continuing to stream in. Idle villagers all over the place. And Revisioner's economy doing well, but also needs to balance the wood. Wow, this is kind of like a disaster for blue. Blue does have the wherewithal to get the tower up, which is good, so is able to collect more wood, which they're going to need pretty soon as they are getting kicked off wood. This is actually a lot more messy of a style that I see Revisioner playing as they get their archery range on the right-hand side over here. Instead of just, getting the 2 archery ranges together on the forward, but whatever. 1 skirmisher on the field. Sorry, 3 on the field for blue, as they're going to be able to counter these. But you can't trickle them, man. You got to take them out when you have the skirm mass. So, blue, a little bit closer to Castle Age than red is, but this is, like, not a great situation. Does clean it up a little bit by getting the tower out here, but does not have the possibility or option to create a second one to defend against these archers. May not be needed as the skirmishers come through, and should be able to clean these up and take care of these, though we already have the fletching technology at the blacksmith in from Revisioner, and the defense bonus coming in from the red player. That's a lot of skirmishers to try to deal with. This is like not a great fight, so I would like to see a little bit more micro around the outside. I don't think you have to actually take this fight, to be honest. It's not necessary. But, like I said, it is a bit annoying. Blue able to kind of stabilize a little bit now as the farm... Well, the farms are going to the damn hell, right? As the farms get attacked and get deleted by this military. So Revision are continuing to spend money, not focusing on going up to castle. Really, really like the micro from both players. And this is a little bit surprising coming in from a player who, as you guys saw at the beginning of the game, did not clear up to feudal, and they probably thought it was over. Blue villagers are on the move to get some gold, which I was a bit curious as to why this gold wasn't collected a lot earlier. Also is definitely out of the range of this tower over here, so if red is able to see this, that could be like a problem, and they don't see it. You gotta love the forward houses strategy. Psychological war games. So would you say at this point, like blue, it's like it's done? It's like a GG? Maybe, but not quite. We are talking about 16 on wood versus 7 on wood for blue, which is like obviously not great for castle timing. As Revisioner continues to pop out military, they're not stopping. More skirmishers and archers in the queue. Like I said, really taking like not some great fights over here. So I would have considered at this point, like if you want to take more fights, like getting a counter unit, a stable to start scaling over here. But maybe all that is like not necessary. Like in the grand scheme of things, we're talking about 17 on food now. So Revisioner should be up to castle first if they play this right. On the other hand, yeah, Ambrose just using the market now to get some more military queued here, as we see, unfortunately, 6 skirmishers. I say unfortunately because they're all queued out of the same archery range, so that's like not great. Revision are continuing to be annoying here, and if they are able to clear out this army, they're going to have free licks at these villagers. And look, now they're getting licked. As we all know, skirmishers are not great for killing villagers, but there are a few archers in the mix. The forward houses here. Psychological war games at its best. You gotta love that. And now the villagers get into the mix, which is a good decision. But we are almost up to castle for Ambrose. While Revisioner is also creeping up there to castle, should be able to buy up if they wanted to. Finally, the second archery range coming in for these players, but Revisioner, if they do catch wind of these villagers building, they should be able to pretty easily deny it, as long as they micro this down pretty well. That is not good. Yeah, at this point, you got to send all the villagers forward to finish this, because this is, like, honestly not great. Villagers coming forward to fight the army. More forward houses coming in. You love to see that. This is the madness of land madness. This is like what it's all about. It's super open. It's super messy. Did Ambrose like throw this, and they finally realized, oh, maybe I finally like need the counter unit. Something a little weird to me, like even at this high elo, some players, like I know they like to stick to their builds. They don't have to like deal with other production buildings, but usually if you're a little head on wood, I would like to see like the direct counter unit coming in. And really kind of like unfortunate for Ambrose. Now I think they don't know, but it is GG, is that, you get scouts and you have to spend food on that. And we're talking about 20 almost on food for Revisioner compared to 15 from Ambrose, and they're spending food on the scouts. So that's like not the great part. And we actually, as if you don't know, skirmishers do like nothing to scout cavalry. So they should be able to clean this up as long as the archers are not coming in the mix. Some licks coming down from this tower on the unfinished house. 1 minute away from castle for Revisioner, and we should be able to start pumping out some scouts. I did see that they put the stable somewhere on the map for Revisioner. Where is it? They do have something in queue. Yeah, here it is. And I'm guessing that's going to be a little prep for knights. Not quite enough gold for Revisioner to start scaling knights if they want to, which should shut down the game, but maybe they don't even need it, to be honest. Yeah, the economy is just like not going great for Ambrose, and they are pretty dang far from castle at this point. And we're even spending more money on food as the defense upgrade comes in for the mounted units, and we see the GG coming in from Ambrose, the well played, the respect coming in from both players. And like I said, when I play this game, I am personally all about the respect. Love to see it from Ambrose and being such a good sport. What was the error here? So even the Revisioner like totally goofed on the feudal timing is like, I think that Ambrose goofed on the feudal by like getting no military out, not scouting where the opponent was at all. Just a little advice coming in from a high elo player like myself.